Enthuse.me is the place to showcase your passion, showcase your expertise, and what we're trying to do is bring the very best kind of marketing practices to an individual person. So you could be a cameraman, or you could be a gardener, or you could be a corporate tax lawyer, but it's people who want to separate themselves from everyone else. So how do I make myself stand out? It could be that you're a freelancer or a consultant, or it could be that you're someone who works for a big corporate but wants to be seen as an expert in their field, giving talks, or being the person to go to for questions. I'm sort of from the Web 1.0 days, so my first job was in 1995. I was working for an internet service provider, and then I was at the very early stages of lastminute.com and some other .coms, and my last job was actually setting up a bank. It was definitely a startup, but it was in a slightly different industry, financial services, and we set it up to create a retail product, so it was B2C sort of financial services. Well, I spent a lot of time thinking about how people market themselves and sell things online. So the conclusion I came to is that it's really easy if you're looking to sell a product or a commoditized service online. So if you're selling, I want to build a website or a logo, or I want this translated, or I want to sell this book, like the web does that really well. What it doesn't do very well is I have a value, which is this expertise that I bring, and now I want to sell that. So I was wondering how we can get to that point. Get to the point where a person is seen as valuable, and you're not deciding to do business with them because of price and how quickly they can turn around, but because of what they do. And that's really where Enthuse.me came from. And we want to start off focusing on the individual's profile, and then later on we're looking to add in the ability to people to actually physically sell themselves. So you can buy some time with me online, or you can buy some time to meet with me from real, or I could sell services through the site. But first of all, the focus is on marketing and branding yourself through the site. The goal is obviously to make money. I mean, we want to make money by providing great service and real value. I think that that's the best way to do it, and that's what makes a business sustainable in the long term. But we have a really strong ethos, and our ethos is keep things really clean and simple and easy to use. And if you go onto Enthuse.me and you look at the site, I hope that permeates throughout the entire site in terms of user experience. It's a very strong emphasis on user experience, keeping things clean, so that what's important, the people's individual content will actually come out and stand out. We were very, very fortunate. I had prior relationships with this particular VC. I'd done a little bit of, I'd pitched them before with another product, and I'd done some consulting work. So I already had a relationship, and we were able to get some funding early on, yeah. Well, there's all the usual challenges, of course. Hiring is very, very difficult, especially on the technology side. We're a Ruby house, and we're using JavaScript front-end framework called Ember.js, which is very new. We actually run the London Ember user group, so hiring is really hard. I think also trying to differentiate yourself when there's so many people doing so many things, in a similar area. There's always going to be a challenge as well. Where I'd love to see Enthuse.me be is a place where people who are really passionate and have a real passion and expertise are able to buy and sell from each other, like a sort of marketplace, but based on the fact that people have value rather than commoditization.